no one really made a mistake.
Yeah.
And you just lost $100,000. So if you have, $200,000 or $300,000 to your name, then that's extremely reckless, and you're going to go broke.
Welcome back, me boy, to another episode of the T1K Pod and completely different day of the week. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing so good. Oh my God, I'm doing so good.
Dude, I kind of just feel like jumping right into it.
Okay. Jumping into what? Questions?
Yeah,
we love our questions.
We love the questions.
Welcome to the T1K Podcast, where we only answer questions. So if you don't write in questions, we don't have anything to talk about.
Write in the questions, dude, because I can only talk about my deep repressed homosexuality so much.
Yeah.
Eventually, we run out of things to talk about. Guys, so one of the things that I've been doing lately that I'm not crazy about is I spend a little bit too much time on Reddit, and I just kind of stumbled into the r/poker subreddit.
Okay.
And it's mostly memes, but I have found some advice threads, and there's some where they sort of, they put up some walls and they go, okay, we're taking advice only from poker pros.
Okay.
Or today Doug Polk is doing an AMA. I found one where they're just sort of fielding beginner poker player advice. And I'll go on the comedy subreddit sometimes and I'll just listen to these hacks just bestow advice that is not accurate at all on people. So what I'm thinking is we flip through r/poker and we're going to go through some of the advice that people have given.
Okay.
And you can give me a yay or a nay on all these pieces of advice.
So I am commenting or rating the question, the answers to the question.
Yeah, so you can say either a yes or a no, or rate it on a scale of 1 to 10.
Okay.
On the advice.
All right, I like it. What's the first one?
Let's do it. All right, piece of advice scroll up to the top. I'm sorry, Brandon. Okay, so this is the this is the Reddit post. What's the best strategy for beginner poker players? I recently started playing poker and I enjoy it. What are some recommendations for strategies for beginner players? Biggest mistake beginner players make is playing too many hands. The first thing a beginner should learn is which hands you should play from each table position. You can easily Google charts for this. If you're playing against other beginners, then a good strategy is just to play ABC poker, which is simply to put chips in when you have something good and don't put chips in when you don't. No need to get fancy or tricky against bad players. This advice is good for beginners, but you'll need to get into more advanced strategies once you improve. What do you think?
Sounds like a bot. It sounds like an AI generated answer.
Really?
A little bit. It's not bad. No, it's decent advice for like somebody that's never played before that first sits down. Sure. I think we talked about this on one of the first podcasts we ever did. But yeah, limping in way too often is a classic mistake that beginners make. They don't ever raise. So you're just limping in and you're not controlling the action. You're not being aggressive or applying any pressure. And then like they're playing too many hands. They limp in far too often. They get a hand that they're not sure what to do, and their automatic response is to just limp.
Yeah.
And it just sets you up for disaster in the hand.
So if you were to break like in response to somebody else raising, some action coming your way, right? And you're to break it into a pie chart. The pie chart for beginners, just call, check, fold.
So you have
call, raise, fold.
Call, raise, fold are your options.
The call is way bigger in the amateur box than versus the pros.
It's like 95% of the decision of their decision is call. It's just calling or limping in. Whereas
the pros tend to push the pace a little bit or go just
out. It's a very small sliver of just call, and it really depends on position and then your hand strength, the type of hand you have, because a lot of hands play better as calls. Like small pairs, they just play better as calls a lot. And then if you're closing the action, it's fine to just call. So if you're in the small blind or big blind and it's raise and there's a few callers, then when you're close to closing the action, you don't have to concern yourself with a bunch of players behind you that can raise. So just calling the raise is fine with a speculative hand like 10-8 offsuit or 5-6 offsuit. You know,
so you're just trying to see what's going to happen.
Suited.
You're not trying to push the pace.
It's a lot better to do that when you're in the small blind or big blind closing the action than to have a raise and then you look down at king 5 of clubs and you're like, oh man, this hand's suited. It's not that bad. I don't know, what do I do here? I don't want to fold, but like, and you just end up calling.
So we would rate this as true advice. What would we rate this piece of advice out of 10?
6 out of 10.
Not bad. All right, next one. Okay, here we go. This is from a deleted user. I assume you are talking about live poker 1-3. Tight is right. Most players at those stakes don't understand equity or sizing. They also overcall and under-bluff. 3 ways in some jams. Top pair is usually no good. My most profitable cash game sessions came from getting the nuts and getting paid off and folding to aggression on the river. When a person over the age of 65 raises pre and you are holding a face card, fold.
A face card fold.
Okay. Oh, those are all 5 different pieces of advice. Or 4 different pieces of advice. Tight is right. True or false?
Depends on the game. Depends on the other players at the table. Because if everyone is playing super tight, then no, it's not right.
Tight is not right.
But if everyone is playing loose, then tight is right.
Got it. So that is a blanket generalization. We will just rate it as a plain false. And what would you rate it out of 10?
The tight is right.
Yeah.
Man.
3.
No, I'll give it 5.
Okay.
Right in the middle.
Okay, right in the middle. Because sometimes it's right and sometimes it's wrong. But it's about reading the room, baby. So what do you think about people not understanding equity or sizing?
That's true. That's just true for beginners.
Yeah.
They don't understand sizing or equity at all, so they end up making massive mistakes. Call when they should be folding and fold when they should be calling. Understanding pot odds and your equity and the chance of your hand winning compared to the size of the pot.
Yeah, and they're saying overcalling is no good, which is something that we just said.
They also overcall and underbluff. Very true.
What do you mean? What do you think about underbluffing?
They just don't bluff enough. Mm-hmm. So they're only betting. You have such a serious stance right now, like you're a therapist. Jesus Christ,
we're rocking, dude.
You're like, I'm really intent on listening to your answer, JC.
All right, dude. I'm locked in, baby. I'm trying to lock in, dude.
Can we relax a little bit?
All right, yeah.
JC, so
there's just so
what's
many.
your opinion on this underbluffing?
There's so many, and I want to get through them. So I'm like, I know I'm kind of being a little too serious. Let's loosen up, dude.
Underbluffing.
Into the nose, out through the mouth. Ah.
So what happens with beginners a lot is they just don't bluff. Mm-hmm. So they don't bet unless they have a good hand. And so that's underbluffing. That's signaling to the table and it's turning your hand face up. If you're never bluffing, then you're only betting when you have it. So then it's very easy to play against. Oh, he bet, he has a good hand, I can fold. So you bluff for deception and to make it very difficult to understand what you have. And you bluff so that your good hands get called. If you're only betting with good hands, then people can just fold every time.
That actually makes complete sense.
Okay. So that one, the overcalling, under bluff, and the don't understand equity and sizes, I'll give a 10 out of 10. That's
perfect.
That's graded. That's true and correct. I sound like the Liver King.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That's true. That's truth.
So we don't really know how this guy's cash game sessions are from getting the nuts and getting paid off and folding to aggression on the river. So what do you think? That's not really a piece of advice.
That's more of a statement.
Yeah. But the last one, when a person over the age of 65 raises pre and you are holding a face card, fold.
That sentence is falling apart. I don't understand what he's saying.
I think what he's saying is,
and you're holding a face card, like one face card, or
I think what he's saying is geezers, when they tend to like bet aggressive, it's because they have a good hand. And
older, yes.
They have
typically the older people get, the less that they bluff, and the more they nut pedal. They're very tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the old guys that are aggressive and loose, they tend to do really well because they're just roped in the image of being old and tight, and so, I mean 90% of them are just very, very tight, and they just don't play a hand. And when they have it, it's like all they show is queens and kings and ace king and jacks, and it's like if they're like limping in with 8s and 9s. And just folding if there's one over card. Mm-hmm. They're just playing their hands all face up. They're super easy to play against. You can stack them if you flop, if you can beat a big overpair. You flop a set or 2 pair plus or, but besides that, you're just going to be punting if you're playing medium strength hands versus guys that play one hand an hour.
Hell yeah, dude. All right, here we go. As a beginner, you'll need to rely more on luck than skill. Here are my best strategies to increase luck. Always tip the dealer, even if it's $1 will increase your luck. Okay, even if a dealer is a woman, compliment. If the dealer is a woman, compliment or whatever it is, even if there's nothing to compliment. Example, your shoes look really nice today.
I like that because you can't see your shoes because of the table. Your shoes look great today. Your feet are under the table.
Say a quick prayer. You may not be religious, but this trick often works for old people playing slots. Any God works. This is my secret message. Secret weapon. When you're all in, on the turn, and way behind, less than 5%, stand up and yell. Really scream it out. The name of the card you need. Trust me, if you were 5% before, then you'll need 50% after.
You'll be at least 50% after.
That's fucking... pull up the example video.
No, I'm just going to pay on the chips. Oh, okay. 5. Oh my God! Hit the 5. Wow!
Yes!
I love high stakes poker.
How you like America so far, William?
Did they run it once?
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
Robel's the best at that, and that's I gave a piece of advice the other week about being a pro at the table. When you put your hand in, like when you put the money in, turn your hand over and root for your hand. Robel does this better than almost anyone. He's the pro. He's always the pro at the table. He's usually like the best pro at the table, and he's fun to play with because he's enjoying the game too.
Yeah. And
he doesn't take it too serious. A lot of pros, when they sit, they won't show their cards. They're just like mute in the face. They don't root for their hand. It's not enjoyable to like play versus them or lose or win versus them. It's just like you're playing versus it's like watching paint dry. So turn your hand over and root for your hand. You're playing a game.
Yeah.
Like it's okay.
Have fun.
Yeah. Have fun. Root for your card.
Yeah. These guys are having a good time.
Robel does it the best.
Fuck yeah, dude. All right. Obviously a bit on that one, but like really well done, dude. That was excellent and fun to read. So good job. All right, here we go. We'll do one more. Play a strong range pre-flop. Understand aggression with hands you select in pre-flop range. What 3-bets, what folds. Understand basic position. Understand at least 1 or 2 bet sizes in the betting lead. Understand boards to bet, call, or fold. Make bluffs make sense. Good luck. What do you think about this list?
It's great. This is great advice for beginners to chew on and to dive deep in. Pre-flop ranges, aggression, understanding what the betting lead is. Like I've taught you, the betting lead is the last aggressor. Whoever put the last raise in has the betting lead, and that automatically gives you the high ground in the hand because it kind of forces the other person to hit the flop, and then they're typically going to be checking into the aggressor, to the last better. So it just gives you the high ground on the hand, and it typically you're going to just win the hand more often than the person that didn't put in the last raise. This is all great. That's great. That's 10 of 10 advice for stone beginners.
And we've talked a little bit about like telling a story and making bluffs make sense. What do you
well, yeah, you have to be cognizant of your value. Like when you have a good hand in the line that you took, you have to kind of know what that line is, replay it in your mind, and then you have to take a similar line with bet sizing Nice, bless you.
Woo!
And yeah, you have to be balanced. It has to make sense.
Yeah, tell a story, baby. All right, so I was kind of digging through some YouTube poker content, and it's funny that the last Reddit thread had a poker go clip. This first hand from Doyle Brunson. I wanted to show this because the lineup at this table is just insane. First of all, we are staring right at a very young Phil Ivey, which is pretty cool. There's also a young Daniel Negreanu at the table. There's Jerry Buss, the owner of the LA Lakers. And running the show is the great Doyle Brunson. It appears that they're for like just effect. They're playing with a little bit of cash and a little bit of chips.
Yep. Classic high stakes poker, golden nugget.
We've talked a lot about like table talk and how people handle getting good hands. Doyle's unbelievable on this one. Let her rip.
They tell me I'm intimidating. They tell me I can melt a man with my stare. Actually, we're just all playing the same game. Well, almost.
He's just got a great voice, man.
What Barry said is 100% correct. Ted Forrest has got back in this game by making correct reads on the other players.
Action's now on Doyle Brunson, who wakes
sorry,
up with
excuse
pocket
me,
ace.
1 sec, Brandon. At that initial clip, sorry, Phil Ivey and Negreanu or Phil Ivey was on that one. On this one, actually, I think it's a bit of a different lineup, but it's still pretty insane. Take a look at the faces around the table.
How much, Doyle?
26.
26.
It's weird. No. It is weird.
Look at him poking, trying to figure out what's going on.
It's extra 2,000.
I think we're just calling with the 9-10 suited here.
I can't believe I'm not playing this hand.
You tight son of a bitch.
Neither can Doyle.
Doyle's.
Ted Forrest is right again. Normally, I think
There
he
we
would
go.
play
There's a young
9-10
blood with a
suited
suited
in that position
connector.
for 2,600, but he threw it away.
There's Jerry Buss.
Lie calls with an 8-6 suited.
9-10 suited. You just can't.
Jerry
can't
Buss
fold
picks
that.
up a nice hand on the
Ooh,
button.
That's a nice hand too.
Call?
So Doyle raises under the gun. So
Look at Negreanu,
He
dude.
calls with King Jack suited.
Doyle raises under the gun, and so you don't really want to be three betting with suited connectors versus under the gun
This could
range.
spell disaster for Barry.
But
He
Barry
raises to 15,000, and that's just going to be the beginning of the fireworks.
has a nutted hand in the big blind, so he's definitely gonna squeeze.
Sammy, I gotta have something in the middle all the time then.
What you're seeing now is Doyle Brunson.
Sigs inside in the back, just wonderful.
Performance many times in different cities.
Doyle's probably gonna
All over
make
the
it
world.
somewhere around 45.
So, 1 sec, Brandon. The guy, the commenter just said something pretty funny. He goes, Doyle has given this performance in different cities many times all over the world. So he's kind of like a master. He's just, his face is just unbelievable when he's doing this.
He's played a lot of cards.
It's just the
Spent his life at a card table.
how casual he is just unbelievable, man. It's
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah, this bet sizing is not good.
Okay. All right, let's.
Wow.
He just bet $500,000 right here.
Whoa. Doyle Brunson moves $500,000 into the pot. Elia gets out of the way. Buss folds.
Barry's calling.
It's going to be some blood, gentlemen.
Oh, that kind of actually.
Barry didn't even think about it.
So this guy,
Called immediately.
this actually makes sense. I didn't see Barry Greenstein's stack size. So Barry Greenstein is not playing deep.
Okay.
So he only has 1590. He has like 94K total in his stack. And so when he raises to 15,000, that's, like 17% of his stack. He's basically indicating to the table like he's pot committed. And I mean, he could be bluffing, but it's most likely a hand that he's going to go with.
Okay.
So if he had 200,000 or 300,000 behind,
he might not go in.
yeah, he could raise fold 15K.
Interesting. So it's kind of like, because you have such a small stack, such a huge percentage of your stack is already in there.
When you
gotta
put close
chase.
to 20% of your stack in the middle, you're going with your hand. And so Doyle shoving here makes a lot more sense. And I stand corrected. So like if I have aces and I open, and then some guy off of 100K stack re-raises to 20,000. So he raises 20% of his stack. He's basically committing himself. So with aces, you can just shove. Now, if he had, like I said, 200, 300, 400K behind where they have similar stacks, Doyle's not going to go all in because he's going to kill his action, scare away Barry. Because Barry can fold queens with 200 or 300K. So because he's short stacked, Doyle just rips it and he knows he's going to most likely get the rest of the money in pre-flop with the nuts. So this makes a lot of sense.
Putting in his last $82,000 into the pot.
What was your best hand, Jerry?
Little fun fact, Greenstein
hits the ace.
Greenstein wrote a poker book called Ace on the River. And it's considered one of the best poker books out there. If you guys ever want to, Ace on the River.
He gets running queens.
Doyle's all smiles.
Yeah, that's a nice flop.
Wins the hand on nearly $200,000 in a single hand. Now that's high stakes poker.
That was fun hand.
Surprised me that
so what do you
Barry
think of
didn't hesitate for a second.
that kind of insane action pre-flop?
That's not really insane.
Okay.
With the stack sizes and the blinds, that's a standard hand. It's all about like big blinds and stack sizes. It looks crazy because it's $200,000, but compared to the blinds and the stakes they're playing, it's a pretty standard hand.
Yeah.
And this is why bankroll management is really important, because you need to be able to handle, losing a bunch of these in a row that, no one really made a mistake.
Yeah.
And you just lost $100,000. So if you have, $200,000 or $300,000 to your name, then that's extremely reckless and you're going to go broke. But Barry, probably had millions and millions of dollars in his bankroll. So he loses, maybe 2 or 3% of his bankroll in that one hand, and that sucks. Hopefully it was less than that. But who knows?
Yeah.
And that's why he could have been selling pieces too. So
selling pieces makes you a little bit more.
Yeah. So he lost $100,000 in that hand, but if he, had 50% of himself sold, then it was only $50,000 of his money.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So you were saying those are from like the golden nugget days of poker?
The golden, high stakes on golden nugget.
Is golden nugget still open or did it get demolished?
It's still open. It's in Old Vegas, downtown.
I just love.
It's awesome.
I love the look of the room. Like everything now, they're trying to go with the LED lights and make it look very.
There it is,
dude. This looks
that's Old
cool.
Vegas, downtown with the classic pool with the shark tank.
Are you more of an Old Vegas or New Vegas guy when you go into town?
I like both. I've played in both. Yeah. I grew up watching all those high stakes episodes. I've seen every single hand from high stakes poker.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, man. It's just like when I watch those, it really, there's something really nice about just like the feel of it. You know what I mean? Like the room that they're playing in, when you watch the Hustler Casino, it does look really cool, but it does look like you're playing in like, it looks like it's set up for a television event.
Yeah.
When you watch those, it looks like there's carpet.
A luxury
there's
suite.
Carpet. There's guys smoking cigarettes in the room. I dig that.
I also dig this. I dig, it's quiet. It's private.
Dude.
Yeah. The carpet, the setup. Lodge does that really well. The Lodge's studio is super nice, and it's set up like a living room.
Is it built with like TV lighting up top, or is it like
Yeah, all the lights are like custom for the stream.
Is it uncomfortable to sit under those for long periods of time?
Not really. But it's been renovated. Those are old Lodge pics. The stream, there's a picture of the stream right there in the second row, 4 down. Yeah, that's the stream room.
Hell yeah, look at the bros. I wanted to ask about one thing. Sure. Brandon, can you look up Texas poker lawsuit? This is pretty interesting. Did you see this?
TCH won a lawsuit, I think.
Yeah, it
was good for poker.
Yeah, Brandon, if you go to the poker news one,
against Texas Card House. Texas Card House won.
So this is, I didn't even see this. Have we discussed this on the pod?
I don't think so.
All right, so this is obviously this is for your industry.
It's
being
good.
a poker player in Texas.
Sign.
This is one of the biggest events that's happened. Tell me about it.
Well, it's a good sign. It's like the poker rooms are here to stay. They're not going to get shut down. They're way less likely to get raided or. Let's read it though.
So my understanding is
can you zoom in on that a little bit?
Some disgruntled residents wanted to get rid of a poker room called the Texas Card House, and their way of going about it was challenging the legality of poker in Texas.
So the city of Dallas spent hundreds of thousands of taxpayers' money fighting in court against Texas Card House, only to lose a 3-year battle in Texas Supreme Court on Friday. Andrew Esposito, Dallas chief building office official, received over $370,000 from the city council just in 2023 for legal expenses needed to sue TCH and the city's Board of Adjustment, BOA. Texas court side with the poker room. The Texas poker community, not just TCH, scored a victory on Friday when the Texas Supreme Court denied how do you say that last name? Espinoza's appeal. Ryan Crow, owner of Texas Card House, said he anticipates this being the end of a 3-year legal battle against his Dallas poker club. Crow received approval to operate a poker club from the city during a city council hearing in 2020, but it was revoked in October 2022. The card room filed an appeal with the BOA and won. Espinoza, I can't read that last name. I hate it. Espinoza. Dyslexia sucks. Also, reading sucks. And
do you want me to read the things?
And
you're
his
actually
team
doing pretty
then
good.
successfully sued TCH and the BOA for reinstating the permit to operate. Crow's attorney continued the fight, filing an appeal and winning again in August 24. Espinoza, however, continued to fight back and took the case up to the Texas Supreme Court. Of course he did, because lawyers just make their money arguing.
Yeah.
So why not just drag it out for 3 years and line your pockets? They don't care if they win or lose. But yeah, we won. They didn't get shut down. It was initially determined by the court that TCH had violated the state's penal code prohibition on gambling and keeping a gambling place. Texas has strict anti-gambling laws, but there is a loophole in Texas Penal Code 47.04 that allows for poker rooms to operate so long as they do so without collecting rake.
Is that why the lodge?
Yes, this is the loophole. You cannot take a rake, but what you can do is you can charge a membership fee and charge an hourly rental seat fee.
Mm-hmm.
So no money's going off the table. All the money stays on the table. It's not a rake, but each member has to pay per hour to sit down. That is the rake. They don't call it a rake, but that's how the house makes money, and they crush it on the seat rental fee. They make tons of money.
What's the hourly at? It
depends on the room.
What do you usually pay?
So like a cheap room in Texas might be $8, $9, $10, and then the more expensive ones are $11, $12, $13. I think the lodge is very fair. It's like right in the middle, around like $11 an hour.
Now, when you play on stream, do you pay to play on stream, or
you pay the hourly seat fee?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And you're not compensated for being on the stream. It's just for
some players are. Like if they have VIPs flying in, I think they take care of the seat fee for them.
Yeah.
That are playing high stakes. They're not like asking them to go to the front to pay
Can you
their
send me $150?
Yeah.
That would be nuts to have like Phil Ivey fly out and be like, "Hey, can you Venmo me?"
I think you get perks for playing high stakes. Yeah.
Okay. Sweet.
So the club kind of takes care of it for you.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on with gambling and loopholes. I mean, one thing that I've found really disturbing is I've had a Robinhood account for the last 4 years, and I've done like pretty good on it. And I've started getting notifications on my phone where Robinhood is advertising prediction markets and trying to get
Kelshi or whatever.
Yeah, so Robinhood is effectively copying what Kalshi's doing, and it's like bet on this, or not bet on it. They go take part in our advanced prediction markets for Bills Ravens, and it's like, yo, this is my nut. This is my savings. This is my investment account. And you're trying to get me to bet it on Bills Packers. Like, this is fucked up, guys. And
Robinhood did something fucked up. Oh, that's crazy.
I mean, the company's crushing it, right? I'm actually a huge Robinhood fan, but
I hate them.
What? Because of the Wall Street bet shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cheaters.
So I get that, but what I find really disturbing about it is
you can't just say, "Oh yeah, sorry, you can't buy the stock anymore." What? You're just blatantly cheating.
Yeah, it was fucked up. But it was a long time
They're
ago.
stealing.
They're stealing.
They're thieves. I immediately closed my account.
Moved over to Vanguard or something?
No, I just fucked off. Oh, your baby wants you. Robinhood sucks. Yeah, I don't know
but the thing,
how they still have business.
The whole point that I'm making, though, is that they're trying to get you to take your they're legitimately trying to get you to take your investment accounts and gamble with those.
Yeah.
They're not saying gamble with your checking accounts. They're saying you put your fucking your brokerage account on the Bills. And it's like, this shit is getting out of control. And when we talk about the sports betting bubble, that's going to be in the conversation.
It's been out of control.
Because I think the Kalshi thing, yeah, it's giving you an opportunity to bet juice free, which I think is good, or semi juice free. But when you start going after people's investment accounts and start making it too easy, man, things are going to get fucked up, and it's going to have some.
They've also sold order data to the big firms since their inception. So everyone gets crushed.
Yeah.
Because the big firms get the order info before it's placed, and then they front run. So they're just crushed. Yeah. I think it's called like what's the term when this
is a really hard thing
the traders
to talk about when you're unprepared.
when I'm not a trader.
When we're
not micro, it's
macro.
It's
my understanding of the way that Robinhood works is they make a lot of money different ways, but one of the primary ways is they don't do fees on a trade. They don't charge you like a flat fee for doing the trade, but what they do is where the market actually is and what you buy or sell a stock for, there's a slight difference, and that's sort of their VIG.
Speaking of bullshitters, we got to wrap soon, but you had us watch it. We got to talk about it. The interview with the face tattoo guy. What was his name?
Oh, Mickey.
Again? Mickey. We said we were going to talk about it.
Babe, what's the terminology for high frequency traders? Is that it? Yeah, high frequency traders that make all their money on
small differences.
Yeah, like microseconds. Like
I make all my money off micro penises. All right, let's talk about Mekhi real quick, and then we'll
frequency.
We'll wrap it.
Traders.
So, I think Softwhite Underbelly has done a lot of really great interviews. This one was tough because I feel like they didn't put his feet to the fire nearly enough.
The interviewer was like just gaslighting the whole thing.
Yeah,
the interviewer was like, "Dude, you're amazing. Oh my God, you want how much? Oh, I bet you're feeling great." Like he was just drinking the Kool-Aid.
Drinking the fuck out of that Kool-Aid, man. I mean,
this interview's insane.
There's a lot of prominent podcasters that have taken a lot of shit for not pushing back on their guests. The same thing's going down here, but to a entirely different level. I mean, Mickey, for those of you that don't know, did collect a lot of money from professional baccarat playing, which if you want to explain what's fucked up about that.
From my understanding, and again, allegedly, this is
alleged.
I have alleged.
And what I said was alleged too.
I haven't confirmed any of this, but what I've heard is that he takes people's money and he plays baccarat, and then if they win, he splits the winnings, and if they lose, it's on the investor. I've seen videos of this. Like, people offer, like, hey, I'm getting
It's like
crushed.
sports picks.
I'm getting crushed in the casino. Like, can I give you money to gamble for me? So it's a racket.
Anyone who can't explain, like, he kept doing the thing where he would just be like, oh, I can't tell you, or I can't explain it, or there was always this like illusion where he couldn't.
I figured out that the casinos are cheating, and I reverse engineered their cheat.
What?
Huh?
But he won't say how. Dude, if a scientist could technically explain black holes to us, which is so complex, explain your fucking baccarat scheme to me, or it's bullshit.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
I think what he was doing is he's going in and he's saying, hey, I took what the casinos did, I reverse engineered and ran it on them. Where in reality, what he did was he took what the casinos did, amplified it, beefed up the gray area, and then ran it on the general public.
Bars. That's exactly what he did.
It's fucked up,
and he's
dude.
pretending he's like a Robinhood. The only cool thing about the interview that I thought is I'm sure you're more worth it. I didn't realize the special treatment that high rollers get at casinos. I've seen in movies, obviously. Oh, you get a special place for your money. You get the penthouse. I didn't know they were getting like Rolls Royces. And he said there one time there was like 50 women in his room waiting for him with duct tape on their boobs or some shit. Like that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, they get it all.
So they're just doing that in hopes that the people stay around and eventually lose what they've won.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. The longer they play, the more they make.
What's that scene in Goodfellas?
It's all about keeping them at the table.
Where that one Japanese high roller in Goodfellas makes a bunch of money, so they delay his plane, so he gets stuck at the casino and has to come
that's
back.
So good. Oh, we had engine problems. You know these things. We gotta go back to the casino.
The pilot to fake a broken plane.
Yeah.
So funny, man.
Do we have time for one more question?
Yeah.
I want to do one write-in and then we'll wrap. It's 1:06.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's rip it. This one has no name on it. What's the most valuable lesson poker has taught you outside the game or outside of comedy?
I was playing a session with a friend a few months ago, and he said something very wise. He said poker is about how you handle adversity, or it's about resilience. It's just very true, because you're gonna handle so much negativity at the poker table, whether through other players or by variance, and handling bad beats and handling downswings. So it's over time and going through so many of them, you hopefully start grasping the idea that it's not about the adversity, or the adversity itself is not the issue. It's about your reaction to it that causes the turmoil and the ups and downs and the emotional swings. And so becoming non-reactive to the problems.
Yeah.
And that's building resilience. So when the adversity comes, how you handle it is that's what you shine the light on, because adversity is just always going to happen. So the more time you spend at the poker table, the more stoic and you become through the adversity. And when it comes, you're just like, oh, there it is. And it's just really telling, because when it happens to other people at the table, they fucking lose their mind. They lose their shit. They bang the table. They just freak out. And I've been that person too. And once in a while it still pops, it comes out. But yeah, like it teaches you, what poker's taught me is how to handle adversity. And then it's made me very resilient.
Dude, yeah, it's you did tell me about this, where you were talking about how you're learning to handle like hundreds of thousands of dollars in losses sometimes, and not have it affect you, and how it's kind of like had a numbing effect. Do you think it's like net positive or net negative in that regard?
Net positive for sure.
Okay.
Net positive. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Was there a comedy one to it too?
Yeah, it said outside of poker or comedy, but I think it's, if I'm going to answer the same question, I would say this. Dog, learning to handle variance is probably the number one thing that I need to learn from you, because I was just, yesterday I spent 10 and a half hours editing the vlog that we filmed over a couple weekends ago, and watching myself go to an East Austin show with 8 people at it and then just kind of like downward spiral because I had a rough set is nuts.
Yeah.
It's like when I crush, it picks me up for like 4 days. And when I bomb, it like ruins my life. And so clearly I need to learn from you on this one. I don't think I'm there.
It's not expecting this to stop, the ups and downs to stop. It's trying to build like your center is just watching the ups and downs. So like your awareness is like, oh, that really sucked. But like you're not riding the wave. You're just kind of watching it happen and being less reactive to it. So for instance, like when I have a really bad session and lose a shit ton, I feel like the train nosediving. It's not that stops happening, but I don't react as much anymore. And I feel it all boiling up and like it happening. But if you can stop reacting to it, then the experience is way more pleasant.
Yeah.
And your baseline just kind of stays.
Like, oh, that was terrible.
Yeah. You're like, oh, wow, there's terrible again.
Yeah.
There's the terrible feeling again.
But
and
I kind of like,
but then
I
you
want to ride the high though. I like riding.
Yeah. You can't have your cake and eat it too. So if you become less reactive.
That's what I want though.
If you become less reactive to the nosedive, you have to become less reactive to the upswing. I gotta pee and we gotta wrap this up.
Yeah, hey, we're out of time. Guys, thank you so much. Keep the questions coming.